There are a lot of bad credit cards out there. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. And unfortunately, what a lot of these cards do is they prey on people who feel like they have no other means for building credit. So in this video, I'm going to show you the top 5, objectively, the top 5 worst credit cards out there. I mean, some of these, I really couldn't even believe that these things are allowed to exist. And kind of show you the warning signs to look for in a credit card to kind of figure out, is this a terrible credit card or is this one that might actually be worth getting? Plus, if you stick around until the end and click that like button, I will share with you the #1 worst credit card of all time. It's so bad that these guys are filing lawsuits against personal finance websites just for reviewing them. So hopefully this video is not going to throw up any red flags on their radar. So let's hop right in with card number 5. All right, so coming in at credit card number 5, we've got the iconic midlife crisis credit card, the Mastercard Gold Card. You know what they say, when you need a credit card plated in gold to feel good about yourself, there might be an issue here. So you're paying $995 per year on the annual fee for this credit card, which, I mean, at that point, you can honestly just walk away because that's, I mean, you're paying $1,000, you're getting a gold credit card. That is the trade-off here that we're looking at. I mean, there's a little bit more to it, but that's the real trade-off. So in terms of perks to offset the $1,000 that you're paying for this credit card, it really boils down to 2 words, okay? Gold and luxury. Okay, you've got your gold credit card and you've got your luxury. If you took a word cloud of all of the words on the application page for this credit card, it would be these 2 words. That would be the entire word cloud. Okay, when we look at the perks that this card has on it, here are the top 3. Okay, you've got your luxury card rewards, you've got your luxury card concierge, and you've got your luxury magazine. Okay, like this is big stuff right here. Okay. I mean, really, the only purpose that these things serve is to make you feel justified about the fact that you just spent $1,000 to get a gold credit card, because there's no real substance to any of these. The only thing that has real substance that this card loves to emphasize is the weight of the card, which it weighs in at a solid 22 grams. And when your key selling point is that you're heavier than the American Express Platinum card, I think there might be a little bit of an issue here. So in reality, I mean, they've got 2 real perks. I don't really count any of that stuff as real perks. The 2 real perks are they have a $200 airline credit that you're going to get, and you're going to get 2% cash back on your spending with this card. So essentially what you're getting here, you're giving them $1,000, you're getting a $200 airline credit and a Citi Double Cash card with a layer of gold on it. Okay, that is the trade-off that you really need to decide if you want to make here. And at that point, there are companies online where you can send them your Citi Double Cash card and they will plate it in gold for you for like $200. So if you really need a gold-plated credit card, just take one of your cards you've already got, shoot it off for $200, get it plated in gold, feed your ego, and you're really off to the races there. But it gets so much better than this. Okay, we're just scratching the gold-plated surface here, guys. So let's dive into number 4. All right, so number 4 is the Horizon credit card, and these guys are definitely expanding the horizons of what can legally be called a credit card. Okay, this is absolutely wild. I can guarantee that you've never seen a credit card like this before. Okay, so essentially how this credit card works is you apply for this credit card and you can only use it on their website. Okay, you can't take this credit card, go down to Walmart and buy yourself a pack of gum. Like, you cannot use this credit card anywhere except for their Horizon Outlets online store. So basically how this works is you apply for this credit card, they give you $500 worth of funny money that you can use to buy clothes, coloring books, and candles. And that's kind of the full extent of the Horizon credit card right there, okay? They tell you that they report to one of the 3 credit bureaus. They don't tell you which one, but they're reporting to one of the credit bureaus, and they're not charging you any fees or interest, which is great, except for the fee that they are kind of charging you through looping you into a $25 a month subscription for things that you definitely don't need. So the real kicker here is that they're rolling you on to their monthly membership benefits program, where you are getting automatically subscribed to things like my privacy protection, my universal prescription, my legal assistance, things that basically, when you dig a little bit deeper into them, are things that are going to provide you with pretty much 0 value. And they're going to charge you $24.95 a month for these. So in total, you're going to end up paying about $300 a year to have this credit card that allows you to buy things from a single dropshipping site on the internet. Which seems absolutely ridiculous. I could not believe that this credit card actually exists, but it does, and people actually apply for it. But I mean, this is only credit card number 4, so we haven't even really gotten started yet. So this is where things start to really get good. All right, worst credit card number 3 is the Credit One Platinum card. Now, me and the Credit One Platinum card, we go back a little bit, okay? We go back about 2.5 years when I made a video exclusively about how bad this credit card is. And boy, can I tell you, things have not changed much for the Credit One Platinum card. So here's the highlight reel, so you don't have to go back and watch that entire video where I'm just flapping my arms all around. We've got a $99 annual fee. Okay, so pretty comparable. I mean, if you were getting a card that actually had some benefits, maybe a $99 annual fee would be justified. But in this case, absolutely not. Many of their cards, not all of them, but with many of them, there's not going to be a grace period. So what this means is with most credit cards, you get a grace period, which is where you swipe your credit card, you've got days after the statement hits to pay off your card. Okay, so you swipe card, it goes on your statement, and you pay off your statement, and you pay no interest. Okay, with Credit One, not the case. Okay, not the case. You swipe the card, interest is accruing right away. So even if you swipe your card, you pay it off the next day before the statement even comes in, you're still getting hit with interest. Again, this isn't on all of their cards. It's really on a case-by-case basis if you're going to get a grace period or not. But a lot of people don't. And that's why a lot of people are not big fans of Credit One. And that's one of the reasons why they come in strong with a 1.12 rating on the Better Business Bureau. So it takes real dedication, guys, to get a rating of 1.12 with the Better Business Bureau. Like, you have to get so many 1-star ratings that the other ratings just are totally irrelevant. There's only one company that I've seen with a lower Better Business Bureau rating, and don't worry, they're coming up on the way soon. But 1.12 is really quite impressive. So you really have to applaud Credit One on that. You are going to be getting some perks though with this card. Okay, you're paying $99. So like, what do you actually get for that? Okay, you're getting 1% cash back on gas, groceries, and phone and internet bills. Okay, 1% on those things and 0% on everything else. So it's a steal, guys, to be honest with you. I mean, to make back that $99 with 1% on those three categories, I mean, it's a no-brainer. And to put the icing on the cake here, guys, cherry on top, the customer service. This is one of the reasons why they're getting that 1.12 on Better Business Bureau, is the customer service is so bad. I mean, to this day, I'm getting comments every single week on that Credit One video that I made of people just saying, I cannot get a hold of these freaking customer service reps. I mean, like, they get on the phone with them, they're getting passed around like, I don't even know. They're just like throwing the football around here in the office, and nobody wants to help anyone that gets on the phone with Credit One. I mean, it sounds like a terrible nightmare to try to get through to any of these customer service people. So I would just save yourself the trouble and stay very far away from Credit One. They are not Capital One, very different companies, and you do not want to be associating with Credit One. It's going to be bad times all around. But if you thought that was bad, just wait for number 2. All right, so the runner-up prize goes to the Continental Finance Mastercard. These guys really did a great job at coming in at the second worst credit card. They're trying really hard, I can really tell. So let's highlight some of the key benefits of this card, why they're landing on this list. So the first thing is that you're going to be hit with a $200 financing fee just to open the card. Okay, so once you file your application, you get accepted, you've got to pay them $200 just to get this credit card. Okay, and it gets better because after that, you're going to be hit with a $50 annual fee. So right off the bat, you got $250 coming right out of your pocket just for the privilege of using the Continental Finance Mastercard. But it gets better because there's also a $12 monthly fee just to use the card, just to have the card active. Okay, so at this point, you're out what? A little over $400 just in the first year for getting this card. And then there's a $25 credit limit increase fee. So if they decide, oh, I think we want to extend this person some more credit, they're doing a great job, you're going to hit with another $25 fee for that. So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, this card, it's really just fees on fees on fees. And when you add up the annual fee and the monthly fee, you're paying something like $200 a year just to have this credit card active, which is absolutely ridiculous because there's no benefits whatsoever. I mean, you're not getting any rewards, you're not getting any perks. There's nothing to this card. They're not covering it in gold. I mean, like, what? It's absolutely ridiculous that people are applying for this card. But fortunately, people aren't applying for this card anymore because they shut down applications recently. So you can't apply for this card anymore, even if you really, really wanted to. They're not taking new applications, but Continental Finance does live on, and there are other manifestations of this terrible, terrible company that you might still find out in the wild. But thankfully for them, they proudly display on their website an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, which is pretty impressive given the state of their company. I mean, if you look at the customer reviews, they've got a 1.8 out of 5, which is actually pretty good when you compare that to Credit One. who was not quite doing that well. And they have over 180 complaints against the company in just the last 3 years, which is not too great. But thankfully for them, customer reviews and complaints don't factor into the Better Business Bureau rating. So they can proudly display that A+ on their site without having to worry that those customer ratings are gonna factor into that at all, because who cares what the customers have to say, you know? But that's not even the worst card, okay? Because number one prize for the worst credit card that you're gonna find out there goes to First Premier Bank Gold Card, all right? These guys, they're taking the cake, coming in with a 1.06 out of 5 on the Better Business Bureau customer reviews, and an A+ for absolutely the worst option possible. We've got First Premier Bank, okay, guys? And First Premier Bank, they're doing a great job at what they do best. They're just making terrible credit cards, okay? And it's no secret that First Premier has terrible credit cards, okay? I mean, they wish it was, though. They wish that this was a secret, because they have sued personal finance websites just for writing reviews about this credit card, okay? It is bananas, the lengths that these guys are going through just to try to silence the fact that they have just terrible credit cards. So in 2013, they sued Card Hub, which was this website that is now merged with Wallet Hub, I believe, and does like credit card reviews and whatnot. And they subsequently pulled back their lawsuit because they realized they didn't have any grounds for this thing, and they were kind of just using it as a scare tactic, but it didn't work. And so they tried to sue these guys to quiet them down, but now it did not work for them, and they're fully aware of how bad their credit cards are. So let's dive in. Let's break down this credit card. Why is it so bad? What makes it such a terrible credit card? Well, right off the bat, you've got a $25 to $95 fee for processing to get this card open. Okay, so you apply for the card, you get approved. Woohoo! Now you're going to be hit with a $25 to $95 annual fee just to get the card in the mail, okay? It's expensive, you know, shipping isn't cheap these days, guys. So after that, you're going to get hit with a $75 to $125 annual fee for the first year, okay? So that's going to bring your total up to probably around $200 at this point you've sunk into this credit card, and you have just gotten it for the first time. Now that annual fee, lucky for you, it's going to drop down to $45 to $49 in subsequent years. So you're really getting a deal on that. And on top of that, the fees actually reduce your credit limit. Okay, so say you get approved for this card with a $500 credit limit, which is pretty typical. At this point, you've only just gotten the card, but you've got $200 worth of fees already. So your effective credit limit is really only $300, and you've already got, 40% utilization on this credit card. So you're already not really doing much for your credit score at this point. And it only gets worse because there's also a monthly fee on top of the annual fee. So the monthly fee, it's going to range anywhere from about $6 to about $10. So at this point, you're probably about $300 in with this card. You got a $500 limit. So at this point, you can only really spend $200 on the card. Your credit utilization is already 60%, which is not great for your credit score at all. And things are just in a downward spiral with First Premier Bank. Now, there's also going to be a 25% fee for your credit limit increases, guys. So what this means, you got your $500 credit limit. They want to up you to $1,000 because you've been doing a great job. You've been paying on time. You've been paying all the fees. They're making hundreds of dollars a year off of you, and they want to upgrade you to $1,000 credit limit. Okay, what they're going to do is they're going to charge you a 25% fee of that additional $500 they just gave you. So that's a $125 fee that they're charging you to raise your credit limit, okay? And you didn't even ask for this, okay? You didn't ask for a credit limit increase. They just said, you're doing such a great job. Here, take another $500 of credit limit, and we'll just take $125. That won't be any issue at all. And so on top of that, okay, so you've got this huge mess of fees. You're paying hundreds of dollars of fees every single year. On top of that, the interest rate for this card is 36%. Okay, 36%, guys. Okay, this means that your balance is basically doubling every 2 years. So they make it so easy for you to just get in this downward spiral of debt that is just going to keep piling up. And it's so, I mean, it's so bad. And so many people end up with this credit card. It's absolutely terrible. Like reading the reviews on Better Business Bureau, it like breaks my heart because like these people think that like, oh, this card is going to be my chance to build up my credit score, but it's so bad. And like the customer service is terrible. That's why they have less than a 1.1 on Better Business Bureau. I mean, like this is just like such a terrible card. And so like bottom line here is like you could end up paying over $350 just in your first year of having this credit card just to have it open, okay? And that's assuming they don't even bump up your credit limit because you've been doing such a good job paying on time. So I mean, come on, First Premier, like at least to make us feel good about ourselves as we light our money on fire. All right, now the next thing you should do is click the subscribe button down here and then click the video over here or over here. I can't really tell where it is, I don't have my glasses on, but click that video on how to increase your credit score. Okay, I break down exactly how I took my credit score to above 800 and the strategies that you can use to do the same. So if you don't want to end up with any of these terrible, terrible credit cards, watch that video, learn how to raise your score, and I'll see you tomorrow.